Legends speak of 12 seeds, gifted to unite the mortal realm. But unity crumbled into ambition, ambition decayed into greed, and a lust for power cast the world into chaos. For 1,000 years, those who held the seeds have scoured the wastelands of Ara, desperate for another to emerge. None did. Until now. A new breed of evil has emerged. And if they are not stopped, they could unravel the very fabric of creation itself.
The darkness is spreading. It seeks to consume you. But you are not alone. There is hope. I will stand with you, unshaken by the shadow's grasp. I am a celestial guardian, defender of creation. I am Gabriel!
What's up, y'all? I was gonna play a bunch of like trailers, but it's like I got number one, way too much going on, and because I have so much going on, we're actually a little early. Not early, yeah, late. Depending on what. No, wait a minute. We were early, y'all were late. That's how we're gonna play this.
Okay.
But no, seriously, guys, appreciate y'all so much. Such a crazy day. Joined by my co-host, Silverback himself. What's going on, man?
Just paying my mum's electricity bill, but I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you doing?
Gotta do what you gotta do. I'm doing good, man. Like I said, very busy. Very, very busy. If you guys don't know, Gabriel and the Guardians, issue number 0, the Ripperverse version of it, is live on ripperverse.com. Let me share this real quick if you don't mind. Hold on just a second for me. I'm not so organized that I have this already ready to go like I maybe should, but there we go. Gabriel and the Guardians, issue number 0. You can get it. It's only $5. Okay. Fulfillment for it is going to start on the 24th of next month. New cover done by Caden White. Cannot wait for y'all to read this. If you don't know what all of this is about, obviously it's Angel Studios and Colossal Studios animation that they're doing over there. You can go watch the full episode over at Angel Guild. That said, we are the official publishers of the manga. So moving forward from chapter 1 and beyond, we will be the ones publishing it. It'll have a new artist, official artist that'll do the rest of the entire series essentially. So you're going to want to keep up with this because, yeah, it will eventually get ahead of the anime. So go check that out. We also have live over at Ripperverse's YouTube so much. We have 11 minutes preview episode that you can watch of the first episode. Of course, you should become a Angel Guild member if you want to watch the full episode. And then we also have the launch trailer, which you just watched. That's live over there as well. So be sure to go check that out. And streaming later today, myself, as well as some of the voice actors, Johnny Youngbosh, James Arnold Taylor, we will be live over at Ripperverse's YouTube. That link is live, but this isn't technically what we're streaming today. I just want to let all y'all know that's actually why I was late, because, well, this went live right before the stream today. So appreciate y'all so much for that continued support. I know we got a little bit of a raid, so thanks all of y'all over there as well. I think maybe y'all came from maybe Gary's stream. So appreciate y'all. Just a crazy, crazy day. Stay up to date. Go to ripperverse.com, rippersand.com, and they'll keep you posted, as well as all of our social media. So as we're going to get into some of these topics right now, but I do want to know, you've played some more of Avowed. How are you still feeling about it?
Well, I haven't played any Avowed for a few.
Oh shit. Okay, well, never mind.
Look, I got there's some compliments I have to give the game. I think it looks lovely, right? I think the zones look great. I think the exploration is a lot of fun. in terms of at least you can go around the zone trying to find stuff, and yes, they will sneak stuff here and there, and that element is good.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy the combat. I actually find the combat interesting because you've got to be a little bit strategic with it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, unfortunately, the game is soulless. There's no personality to it, really. Certainly not with probably the most important part, which is the populace of the world.
Yeah, they're all dead. They're all dead. Like,
yeah,
the
the
NPCs on that, they are very poorly coded.
Yeah. Nobody's particularly moving. Nobody's doing anything. It doesn't feel like a living world.
Breathing world. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my criticism of it as well.
Yeah. It's which is pretty sad. Every single person of power you come across tends to be a woman. I swear it's like a 90%, 10% split in that. And I'm not even being facetious here. And if there's one thing that I hate in fantasy games that I think just doesn't work, it's multiculturalism. Just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. It takes you completely out of it. Because we know you have a general idea of what you're in this fantasy sort of setting, and when they try to do all of this, why are the Asians and why they're like, none of that makes any fucking sense, man. Like,
and when they're all in the same cities,
it's not like races in the fantasy sense. It's just illogical. It's just mixture of none of it makes sense. I'm right there with you on that.
You don't feel like you're in a living, breathing world. It feels like you're in a Californian game studio that's creating it by the numbers. Dialogue's not great in terms of what's being said, and the storyline is very generic. It hasn't grabbed me. I'd say the strength of carrying on, if I do find a little bit of time and I do have a little bit of a play, is simply just the exploration and leveling up. That's it. I have not come across a single solitary thing which in any way, shape, or form has demanded a change of pronouns or a usage of pronouns in terms of the character creation screen and whether or not you should. That's just nonsense. But we're living in nonsense world. I mean, we'll probably talk about Wonder Woman.
We'll be talking about that here in a bit.
So stuff like that just of course it's an ideological thing. And again, for the people that say, and I had a right good rant at somebody the other day, for the people that claim that, well, it's just giving options. You're not giving options. You're actually affirming a political ideology. Because somebody said to me, well, if you can choose your choose your pronouns, what's wrong with choosing gay or straight? And I said, because gay or straight isn't a political ideology. It's a sexuality. It's how you are inclined sexually towards a gender. Whereas the pronoun business and all that is a political it's an ideological stance. So if you're saying, well, we're giving more options by putting these in, well, you're putting them in for a subsect of people. Therefore, you should be balancing it by putting in the reverse subsect, where you can denounce that kind of stuff. And well, I mean, bigotry is a word which has been vilified, but let's bring bigotry back again. Because bigotry allows you to have more nuanced and more complex and more interesting dialogue and character conflicts. And that's all gone because everybody is just purely and utterly affirming everyone else's far left radical. It's like, dude, how many times have we seen in a comic in the last 10 years or so? There is huge bad guys going around killing millions of people, hundreds of people, whatever it is, yeah. And then they turn around and they actually accept somebody's orientation. And it doesn't make it say, I'm a horrible villain. I go around killing people, but I won't be racist towards this person, or I won't be sexist or homophobic or bigoted towards this group because I'm not a monster. It's so ridiculous. I mean, even Chucky in the Chucky TV show, this is a fucking puppet that goes around murdering. But he was like, no, but even I'm an ally. You know, Chucky's an ally with his they, them, son, or whatever it was, and non-binaries. And it just makes everything just come across
it takes you out, man. It takes you completely out. And yeah. And it's unfortunate that a lot of a lot of these companies are going that route where it's not even a believable world. I think to them what they feel like has to happen for any company that creates anything that's media, definitely in the West, it has to be like, again, to what Az was talking about with the whole multiculturalism, and then you have the whole racial element of it and sexuality element of it, and you put it even in these settings where it doesn't make sense, but they feel like they absolutely have to. Now, look, we can go down the rabbit hole of DEI and all that, and what people talk about with ESG and how stuff is being funded, which is one hell of a rabbit hole. For sure, as far as why they are incentivized to do it. I think it also goes to how these people are rewarded. A lot of these people often are not narcissists, and a lot of their awards that they want to win, especially in Hollywood, would be it BAFTA and everything. Well, they have to have a certain amount of X, Y, and whatever people in order to be eligible for this type of stuff. So a lot of that stuff is self-imposed. And it unfortunately, every game, it seems like that's not made in the East or out of the East is hyper focusing on a lot of those superficial things. And look, even if it's like with Avowed, like there's been worse games. Like I wouldn't put Avowed, and I played it, in the same exact category as like a Dragon Age, right? Dragon Age is far worse of a game, but even then, like what Az brought up in terms of his criticism, you can bring up how it looks and all that other stuff, but yeah, he's justified in what he's saying, and that just you kind of get taken out of the world. So I'm right there with him for sure on that. It's the unfortunate reality that we live in now with just video games and everything. While he's doing his thing, Az doing his thing, I'd like to speak with you, chat. What games are we looking forward to? I saw, what was that Mech? What is it called? Mech whatever. I think it's another Korean game. I could be wrong. It is free to play though, which I think the beta just recently came out. Mecha something. What is it called? Somebody let me know in the chat. Mecha Break. That's what it is. Yeah, Mecha Break. Anybody get in on that beta? I would like some information on that because that did look intriguing to me. We also got Monster Hunter coming out in 2 days.
Yeah, I'm gonna be hitting that up.
Yeah, I think Az, what if we stream that?
Huh?
Yeah. What if I came out of video game stream retirement to play Monster Hunter?
Go!
For sure, that would be a game to do it on. But yeah, that comes out in 2 days.
Friday.
Yeah. Have you seen the Mecha Break stuff? You see what I'm talking about? We can look at it real quick. Let's take a look gander here.
The gooning mech game that's causing people to melt down. Is this the one?
Apparently, well, yeah.
You can have women with cocks. Yeah, you can have women with cocks and beards and shit in video games, or just looking like that. I mean, one of the things that I'm just kind of bringing back to Avowed. One of the things with Avowed is the character models are fucking hideous.
Yeah, they are. They're pretty bad. Yeah, I agree with that.
Just they look awful. People look. And my fishman companion takes it up the wrong end. The game decided that I needed to know that, and I'm just like, why? Why do I have a fishman that takes it up the wrong end? What? Why is this anything to my game? Well, you see, we've got to be included. Yeah, so apparently you put attractive women into video games now, and the ugly people, and by the ugly people, I mean the they, thems, the bimbers,
the usuals, colored hair, 5 o'clock shadow. Those are claiming they're a woman.
5 o'clock shadow on the women,
yeah.
And the blue hair, the pink hair, the beards, the male feminists. All of that posse, the raminating, antidepressant chugging people are absolutely ludicrous because they want everyone to be as ugly as they are.
Yeah.
And they hate it. They hate it when a game company is just like, no, we'll make our characters male and female, aesthetically pleasing. And our focus is going to be on gameplay, which seems to be the big thing about this game.
Yeah,
people are loving the gameplay.
And I'm not the biggest, like, Mech Gundam
Me neither.
guy, but fuck, man, like I saw this gameplay and I was like, it's really built with the online experience as well.
Yeah.
You have like the cooperative element. They also apparently are adding some PvP elements to it as well. So I'm intrigued. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, this looks sick, man. Look at as we're looking at the gameplay.
Yeah, I'm intrigued with companies that want to make games which look interesting.
Yeah,
that's what I'm intrigued about.
For sure. I'm right there with you.
We are sorely lacking that in the West, and then the way that they're trying to cope with it in the East, who've always made aesthetically pleasing characters.
Yep.
Always. It's nothing new. It's not like, oh, we're trying to get the gooning, and the way that they. I love the weapon of the left is shame, isn't it? That's the weapon. That's the major weapon of the left is shame. You don't like our ideology. We'll group up. We'll dogpile to shame you. Mr. Pronoun guy, or let's try and shame him. Let's, words like Nazi, bigot, all that. They're dead now. They mean nothing. Fucking, you might as well just call me water, or something like that. So they try and use that. So when there's a game that looks fun, looks interesting, has aesthetically pleasing.
I just saw this ad right here, by the way. You see this gay meter ad?
Dude, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to judge you, but how would you like?
I just saw that 92%. I didn't take no test. They can't be talking about me, ass.
What? Wait.
It says 92%.
Sponsored.
It was sponsored by.
Sponsored. Do you want to see how gay you are? That is the most West thing, the most Western thing I've ever seen.
I'm in incognito, so they're paying good money.
Can you send me the link? I'm going to take it.
Gay meter. Oh man.
How gay are you?
How gay are you?
How gay are you? Have you fucked a dude in the ass? No. 92%. Have you thought about it? No. Okay, still 100%
Someone
gay.
said the chat said
clearly in denial, 100%. Wait, what?
Someone said it's never if, but how much.
Yeah, exactly. I like the way that the example's 92%.
92%.
But you're like, this is something which is clearly geared towards gay people.
Yeah.
Like, I like taking up the wrong one. How gay am I? Dude, sir, it's just 100%, sir. That's all. You can move on. You don't even need to take it.
No test.
How gay are you?
It's so good.
I'll tell you what, the next time I'm at the gym listening to the communards, I'm going to be fucking not happy about this.
Oh man!
Well,
shout out. Nice use of your paid advertisement. What is it called? Quiz photo.
I thought it was Gizmodo for a second there. I thought that sounds about right.
Well, I was just about to say, like, is it the same company? Maybe.
Yeah. Quizmodo, Gizmo. I don't know. I'm looking
at some information. Tech Tree Mobile.
Can I have more adverts?
Advertisers out of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Is Hong Kong gay now? Is that just how they do things?
I think Hong Kong is probably far from gay.
That's what I said. That's an interesting location for the ad. I was just curious.
I mean, it's just the CCP disrupting the Western society.
They do it. I mean, they just look at TikTok. They absolutely do that.
Divide and conquer, mate. Divide and conquer.
I want y'all to get y'all's money's worth. So.
I'm typing in how gay am I?
How gay are you?
How gay am I?
92%. Like that, they made sure they show that off.
Oh yeah. But what's that mean though? If a gay guy person took that and they got 92%, they'd be like, "What?
That's it.
Right, I'm taking in every orifice. What? How am I only 92% gay? I demand the recount." Sorry, you took the quiz. So now you got the gay people like, wait a minute, am I fucking straight? Am I actually? What if?
They're like questioning themselves, like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute, only 92%.
Only.
Oh man, gotta pump those numbers up, man.
Yeah, rookie numbers.
That's rookie numbers in this bracket, man.
Send that to Monolith. See where we go with that one.
No, but seriously, this looks sick. This game looks sick. But yeah, apparently they have a really detailed character creation, and some people don't seem to be very, very fond of it. Let's see if there's
maybe it wasn't made for them, Eric. Maybe it wasn't made for you. Are we okay with that?
Perhaps.
Maybe it wasn't. This isn't made for you.
That's what they told us. I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, it does look interesting, though. Seriously. It
looks very dynamic. It looks very fast-paced, explosive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, same with you. I'm not the biggest mech guy at all out there, but you see something like this, and you're kind of like, it's kind of, flicking the bean a bit.
But yeah, you get to play with your bros and stuff too. Cooperative element. This looks sick, man.
That's good. I mean, things like that are great. Yeah, because this something like this is you want to do this with your mates.
Absolutely, it's that type of game. So
yeah.
They launched the open beta. I don't know when the official game launches. I don't know, but they have. I mean, on Steam, it's not on console or anything like that. But
wish list now
on PS5. But yeah, you can at least get it on Steam. So yeah, that's intriguing. That's intriguing. So yeah. Anyway, I did want to talk about where was it at? There it is. So Wonder Woman, right? We talked about it last week. No, was it 2 weeks ago when we talked about the budget and how it already hit like what's $100 million,
something like that, and it hadn't.
And there was there had nothing to show for it at all. And
it was meant to be released next month. March 2025 was the announced release date for this, and yeah, oopsie doopsie.
So news came out today, or yesterday, actually, I believe, that they're canceling the game altogether. And the studio will. Okay. Have you played Shadow Mortar? I'd imagine you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so solid ass game. Everybody talks about the Nemesis system.
I'm just dropping a link in the chat for you. You might be interested. It's relating to this.
Okay, cool. Let me get that pulled up real quick. Just a second, y'all. There we go.
Oh, by the way, chat. Just while he's doing that, look, I've got a vortex.
Hold up.
So I'm gonna be able to complete my Bruticus tonight.
Let's go.
So
yeah. As on a shared post, this is what was that? The director? What was she called? She was
the director. Monolith developer on Wonder Woman game. Yeah. Tracy, they, them.
Of course. What else would it be?
Of course.
Oh man. So this is like I said, this is like a senior developer. Something I can't remember. Lead something. It's somebody in a leadership position. By the name of Tracy, and they've had some interesting things to say in the past. That's for sure. I believe it was the same chick or they them. Because I don't know what's the origin gender of this particular.
It starts with mental illness, and then it goes on from there. Eric,
yes, you're not wrong, but them. Unfortunate.
She. Let's just call Tracy by the proper gender. Let's help you out here, Tracy. In a fucking game called Wonder Woman, you've got Tracy, they, them.
Imagine that,
eh?
But it was done by Monolith.
Collapse.
And not only is the game gone, but the studio is out there.
Yes,
too.
Studio Monolith's gone. Yeah, Warner Brothers shut down Monolith. Yeah. Bye.
Which is crazy. So,
by the way, BioWare, this is you. This is you in the next couple of years. I'm telling you right now. BioWare
makes it that long.
100%. This is you.
Well, they got
never fucking happening. This is you, BioWare. I would start making provisions for new jobs. because EA are just going to swoop in about a year or so's time when they see where you are with Mass Effect 5, and it's just one big fucking far left spurg like Veilguard.
And then
And they're
realize
gonna
we
go,
can't put it
oh
out.
shit, this is irredeemable.
Yeah, it's not. You got to scrap it. It's the
nothing
Batgirl
with
treatment or whatever. You got to just say fuck it. It's out. It's out of there. But yeah, man, this is wild because again, Shadow Mortal, awesome game. It would have been interesting to see, and it did look like a particular studio that could handle a Wonder Woman game because of what they did with Shadow Mortal. But just look, I'm not even here to talk negative about DC or whatever because
I am because they're shit.
I'll let Ass do that for sure. But seriously, Ass, how is it that difficult to come up with a Wonder Woman game?
Dude, we discussed this a couple of weeks back, last week or a couple of weeks back. And we just developed the greatest fucking Wonder Woman.
We did it for them in like a span of 5 minutes.
Yeah, we were picking out
without $100 million either. Ass.
Yeah, exactly. What the type of gameplay should be. It should be kind of God of War orientated, platform sort of orientated. Let's kind of figure in those aspects of it. Then you get to the boss fights. You go for your weak points in the boss fight. It could have been fucking awesome, absolutely awesome. And you. How the fuck do you plug $100 million into something and you got nothing but Tracy, they, them?
I don't get it.
It was going to be great. It was going to be amazing. No, I'm pressing X to fucking doubt that you'd have your whole studio closed down because the game's just looking too damn good.
Yeah.
Sorry, this game's looking great. We're gonna have to shut you down.
We gotta shut it down. This game is fantastic. That let me know right there that the shot callers were like bros.
I got to fit here. It is a good image from Bounding into Comics. Is this Wonder Woman? Is that where they were going? Was that their starting point? She's eating all the ambrosia. Yeah, that's you gotta go around eating the ambrosia. I'm a very positive Wonder they them. But you know what it was gonna be? It was gonna be Wonder Woman. She'll fight off some bad guys, white men, obviously. And then there'll be some 14-year-old girl, and she'll be like, there you go, little girl, I've saved you. And the little girl will say to Wonder Woman, I just don't feel like I am a girl.
Yeah.
And then Wonder Woman will be like, oh, I'm sorry, I respect your idea, I respect your gender ideology. That's just so wonderful that you think you're a they, them, or whatever you say. And she's like, thank you. And then a 48-year-old man comes in and goes, I'm a minor attracted person. And then one woman goes, that's great. You two should get married together. That's the kind of level of fucking degeneracy these studios are up to nowadays. So that's probably where they were with the game. And they thought, oh, that's amazing.
I mean, the premise alone was crazy, man, because it's like, okay, they're building an open world action adventure game on Wonder Woman.
Dude.
How much of the 100 million is already made for you? That's what I'm saying. Like,
dude, what is Wonder Woman? How was she created? Molded out of fucking clay. Gods. You have the fucking gods. You have Mercury, Ares, you have all of this fucking stuff that you can lean upon. You can lean upon all into the mythology elements of it. You've got the mythology, you've got the earth, you've got the powers, you've got the arsenal, you've got the support team if you need it as well. If you just need to bring in other characters as sound offs. Could have a scene with just her calling up fucking Batman for advice.
Yeah, that would have been.
You have all of these fucking things at your disposal.
Donna Troy, if you wanted to go there.
Yeah. Good luck, Tracy, then.
I don't know how you screw that up. But yeah, the property's handed to it, so it had to have been an absolute cluster. I see that Park Place. I don't remember if we talked about it. Maybe it was because it's not on Sweet Baby Inc. So, I mean, I know they
But they started hiding them, so
yeah, they started like pulling a lot of stuff that was there. So I don't know, but at least that Park Place is reporting that Sweet Baby Inc. was in some capacity tied to it. Which I mean, you're off to a fantastic start with that.
Fantastic start for fucking failure.
Yeah.
What happened with the studio? Oh yeah, they shut it down.
But how bad must it have? How much of a mess? I'm just trying to conceptualize it because it's like, yeah, okay, it's Wonder Woman, one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic female, fictional character of all fucking time. You know what I mean? You want to make a game on her. You're talking several decades worth of lore already made for you. So the writing's already done for you. It's storyboarded out in what they call comic books. Okay. Those things.
What are they?
So designs, the different designs, you already have that. There's been several shows that have been or the show, and even your gals. Everything's already done for you. Okay. It's done. It's pretty much done. Obviously, there's the game aspect, the technical aspect of it. But I know they spent a significant amount on, the writing and everything, which, if you just take that away, I'd imagine you're saving a lot more money than what original IP would have to, where they're having to come up with all of these original concepts and having to give all these writers and developers and modelers and everything like that. You don't have to deal with any of that. The only thing you have to deal with is taking those stories and concepts and putting them in a 3-dimensional setup and building a game, which again, you have Shadow of Mordor. So you even have like a foundational aspect of it. And then you just spend $100 million and then just say, fuck it. Like, how bad must that beta or whatever the hell was it? How terrible? Because you got to think about it. They had to walk in that room and be like, guys, there's nothing we could do with this. There's nothing. We're going to spend so much money trying to make this a product that we can put out and present. So not only are we going to scrap the game, I'm getting rid of the whole studio.
Yeah. And that is a statement of intent. Warner Brothers Interactive, not the greatest fucking studio out there.
Yeah.
Can we just be honest about this?
Financially, Warner in general is just
So you've got $100 million apparently just dumped into this fucking thing, and not only did they say, "Look, we're just gonna have to write this off, fucking tax write-off, get $100 million written off, and we're gonna have to start from scratch again." No, they decided that the producers of Shadow of Mordor, developers of Shadow of Mordor, that we're currently working on a Wonder Woman game, which such a fucking layup. Such a layup. It's unreal.
Easy. Fast break. There's nobody near you. The goal is just wide open, man.
We're gonna not just can the game, nice and quietly, just can the game. Let's move people onto another project. We're shutting the whole thing down.
That's crazy.
Which to me says we have zero faith in this studio.
Yes. Yeah.
Zero faith in the studio producing something. So that in itself saw that Warner Brothers, they need to be a bit frugal.
Oh yeah.
And
sure. They don't got the money to just be pissing away like that.
And they just saw this as a money pit.
Yeah.
This fucking Western developing game company as a money pit. I got no sympathy because, as we've said time and time again now, we owe them nothing.
You're right.
We don't owe you shit. You owe us. You got to fucking wine dine 69 us into buying your games. It's not the other way around.
Right. You're right.
It's not just well, I'm a woman and I've got tits and a vag, therefore you must be wanting to fuck me. No, there's a lot of other criteria which go alongside that, sweetheart. So you don't have the benefit of the doubt just because you're a gaming studio and we're gamers. No, you've got to produce something that we want. You got to produce. I mean, when the sequel came out, the sequel was a fucking mess, by the way. But that's by the by. But if you're unable to produce something which you think an audience can gravitate towards, goodbye. Same with BioWare. Same with Ubisoft. If they got to go, good. Get him out of here. Because as we just saw at the beginning of the show, there was something that looked pretty cool. We're not even met guys.
Yeah.
But we're sort of looking because it looks good. We got Monster Hunter Wilds coming up this Friday. And we're like, right, fucking let's get the band together. Let's fucking go. Maybe let's get another couple. Let's get the full fucking 4-person team or something, you know? But we want to have some fun. That's what we want to have, some fun. We want to have some fun gameplay, fun world, lots to do, great customization, good options, all this kind of shit. That's all we want. We're not asking.
It's not asking,
for the world here.
Well,
you can't provide it. Somebody else will. Simple as.
A lot of options, and I am betting a lot of money, or are willing to bet a lot of money, that they're not spending that much on, like you see some of these Eastern developers and just how much money they're spending versus some of the West. And look, man,
you know why that is, though? Because they're not bogged down by bureaucracy.
By bullshit. Yeah.
So there's a lot of money which just gets eaten up in bureaucracy in these companies,
and it adds up.
Don't have that. They have a very simple structure in terms of the chain of command. And so you don't have all this fucking bureaucracy. You don't have all this bollocks, which is just eating up money. You don't have 58 divisions of DIE where money's just getting fucking funneled and wasted, and they're holding up production and they're holding people at ransom and all of this stuff that the West has. They could just get on with making shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be such a freeing way to work.
Yeah, it's liberating.
Yeah.
1000%. I mean, it is. I mean, because you have, and look, you reserve the right to put something out that obviously people aren't going to, they might not like. But I was actually speaking about this in the context of the American comic book industry, which is it actually ties into the same similar concept where, like in the East, whether it be with South Korea or a Japan, just culturally how they operate is just fundamentally different. And a lot of the stuff that we're bogged down by out here in the West, it's just non-existent over there. It's not a thing. It's just not a thing, not an issue at all. And I think it does speak to this same thing here, whether it be, because Warner definitely with a studio like that, they got probably, I don't know, it's got to be 10 positions that could be cut tomorrow and you wouldn't even feel it, right? That were there. And it's probably more than that, where it's the head of diversity and accessibility in corporations. It's fake, all fake jobs, and
fake jobs, fake people, fake jobs.
Yeah.
But it's not just fake, Eric. To justify your position, you have to cause problems.
True.
Because if there are no problems, your role is redundant.
Facts.
So you have to cause problems in these roles to make your position feel as if it's warranted. So again, it is anti-work. It's antithetical to a good production studio. It's antithetical to work.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that needs gutting out of everything. Get the DI fucking weirdos out. Get the fake people with their fake jobs out of your company. Start tearing away at the bureaucracy. Seems to be working pretty well in Argentina right now. Seems to be working
shout out Javier.
Well. And X seems to be working pretty fucking well in the US government right now. Doesn't seem a lot of people are missing much.
Yeah, it's almost like
all this red tape just being fucking ripped out.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we ripped all the red tape out and it still fucking hasn't fallen apart.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Crazy, huh?
Imagine that. Yeah, I saw a post not too long ago. Elon was talking about that. He was like, yeah, I have a mini percentage of the workforce. And he was like, we're like triple the productivity that they were, despite having none, like not even anything close to the amount of people just working for them. And it's Twitter still operating, and it's user base is as high as it ever has been. And yeah, you would think that American companies would run their companies the same way, but it's almost like they're being held hostage or by their. Literally, yeah, quite literally they are, right? And it sucks for them, for sure. because how do you pivot out of that without making yourself look like the bad guy to a bunch of people that you were trying to appeal to? There's no one way to do it. Like a guy like Elon did it, and they made him out to be whatever, and he's just like, whatever, you're gonna call me whatever, I don't give a fuck. But they can't operate like that, right? So they're like, they get all this, they're gonna be claims of racism and all that because they find out that, oh shit.
So what?
That's what I say.
So what?
For sure.
So I'm calling you racist. So fucking what? I'm not. Your role is just redundant.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who is your priority to? Is your priority to some fucking nobody that just because they've been dipped in fucking chocolate and put into a fucking role at a company suddenly feels like they're justified a position? That is the most racist thing that you can actually do. Oh, we're hiring you purely based on the color of your skin. We're hiring you purely based on your ethnicity. We're hiring you purely based on your gender, your disability, your sexual orientation. That in itself is the absolute definition of racism, sexism, bigotry, etc., homophobia, etc. So who's your priority? Your customers that actually keep your fucking company going, or pandering to some fucking weirdo that isn't qualified for this job, is there to actually cause problems to try and justify their job because they touch or they tick a demographic box? Dude, get them out of there. If there is somebody that is detrimental to your company, if there is somebody that is using the resources of your company to actually hinder productivity,
that's
get them out of there.
You got to remove those types, man.
Get them out. I don't care if you're friends. I don't care if you're fucking work colleagues. I don't care if you're whatever you are. If you are fucking causing problems, get rid. Your company becomes better.
Every time.
And if you want to go, well, this company's racist because of it. No one's fucking listening to that word anymore. Nobody cares who gets called racist. I get called racist on a fucking daily basis. True. And then like, the next week I'll be called fucking woke.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Tell me about it.
Why do I care? Why do I care about these fucking anonymous people calling me fucking names? I don't give a shit. I don't have to justify shit to these people.
You're not wrong.
My productivity is on my channel. It's to my videos. It's to my streams. It's to whatever it is that I'm doing. It's not to some fucking egg on X.
Yeah.
That goes, oh, because you did this, you're this. I don't fucking get. Who are you? Who the fuck are you? Oh, sorry, mate. You fucking nobody. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, every time. Fuck them.
Same in the companies. God,
the companies have to.
I.e., I'm a they, them. Okay, you're fired. What? Why am I fired? You can't even get your own fucking gender right, and you're making a game called Wonder Woman. How the fuck are you qualified to even exist in society? Get them on an island and fucking just keep them there. Just put them on an island.
They'll be out of there after one generation. They can't reproduce. Not through their lifestyle. But yeah.
Dude, 5 years down the line, half these people are married with 2 children, and we all know it. And we all fucking know it.
But man,
it's like college lesbians. That's what it is. This is fucking college lesbians, the fucking industry.
But yeah, man, that's the crazy part to me. $100 million, nothing to show for it, but a closed studio. That's all you got to show for it, ass. Just a closed studio with 100 billion.
I mean, good luck finding a job because it sounds like you qualify for jack and shit. And as an employer yourself, you come across an application form to join the Ripperverse and it's got Bob Smith, they, them. The first thing you're going to do is fucking throw it to one side.
I'll put it to the side. There's another one right next to it.
That is a problem waiting to happen. Fuck off.
Yeah, it's nobody wants any part of that. And when you bring those types in, and like you said, they're using company resources, because I wonder just how many meetings they had, internal meetings that they had, wasted people's time talking about how they can make this Wonder Woman the least offensive as they possibly can. I'm willing to bet there was a lot of stupid amount of resources that were wasted in that. And I'm not saying that's why. I don't know what if Sweet Baby Inc. were involved, like the Park Place is is
the rot runs deep regardless, mate.
yeah, is whoever it is. There's another version of them probably involved consulting, telling them that we got to do this. We don't want to cater too much to the male gaze and all that. We want to actually, they want to actually cater to male gaze, gays,
gays,
yeah, yeah. Instead, so they have to do all this other bullshit jive.
Why is heterosexuality so disdainful to these people? I mean, it just makes no sense. They cry about a man lusting after a woman, right? But they'll praise two people taking up the wrong one with each other. Surely there's an attraction which has to go on there. It's hypocrisy. Most of this is just based around hypocrisy and stupidity. So fuck them.
Yeah, bunch of bums. But
I'm gonna sleep on tonight.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Monolith. I think there's going to be a lot of studios.
You can't.
Yeah, they're not there anymore.
Eric.
Yes, that's fair.
You can't shout out a company that doesn't exist anymore because it got shut down.
That's fair. That's fair. But man, Wonder Woman game. Watch it. Just give it to Eastern Give it to the Eastern Company, and they probably could figure it out in 2 weeks tops. All right, we got the concept. We got the developmental team. Give us the green light, and we'll do it in a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
Well, 100 million. Give us just 20 million. We'll make it happen.
It won't. It'd be out, mate. If they give it to them today, they say, "Oh, it'll be out in 2028."
Yeah, easy.
We'll have it done, fully ready in 2028. No problem. Fucking just 3 years. That's all we need.
That's it. 3 years, 20 million at most.
Yeah. And 3 years, 40 mil, and it's gonna make you a fucking fortune. So,
yeah, we're done. That's it. Easy. 2 million copies. They hour one sold.
Yeah. 1 million copies sold in 24 hours. Boom.
Not even a problem.
Money made back in me.
Yeah, exactly. Money made back immediately.
Yeah.
Upon launch, there's nothing else to discuss. I just don't get it how they're screwing all of this stuff. But yeah, it kind of brings me to my next point. This has less to do with wokeness and more to do with comics. And I did want to talk about this because this is also being reported that because we talked about it maybe a couple of weeks ago. I know I talked about it. Was it last week? That there was a couple of studios, like smaller publishers that because of Diamond going under and everybody that put basically their entire distribution in one company, they don't have anywhere to go. So as they're going out, there's no backup plan. There's no backup plan as far as and I had people ask me that, hey, has anybody reached out to you in these companies maybe for distribution? The answer is no. They have not. But apparently some of them are going under. Now, Valiant is people are reporting. I'm not saying that they're going under, but they did just lay off their EIC. There they are, another one of the smaller major publishers. I say that. Everybody knows Man of War. That's the big one.
Man of War, yeah.
That's the big one that they have. But yeah, it is a great time to talk about.
Heather Antos tried to promote that in a onesie and hadn't got a fucking clue what the fuck she was talking about. I mean, Heather Antos working as intended, but
I don't know. Maybe
self-inflicted.
Oh, every bit of it. And look, I don't know what's going on with IDW as far as if their stuff is. I don't know who distributes IDW. I don't know if Diamond does. But yeah, the big dogs, they were already going to get out of there. They already did. You had Lunar, you had Penguin Random House, DC, Marvel. They were gone. Image, all those guys are gone anyway. So, yeah, as you remember when I started my company, and you had all these people that were saying that I wasn't a legitimate comic book company unless I put all my, like, we went through Diamond. You remember that?
Why?
Because reasons, ass. That's what everybody else is doing. That's the reason.
One of the absolute monumental plus points of the Ripperverse is you self-distribute.
Yep.
Why would you bring in if you have some people don't have the finances or the resources, but
the infrastructure, right? Correct.
Look, $300,000 is a lot of money.
It's a whole lot.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's, but in the grand scale of your DCs and your Marvels and 300,000, it's not a lot really.
Right.
It's really not a lot.
In that context, for sure.
Yeah. In that context. So in the context of $300,000 to start up a comic book company, And I say this with love, buddy.
Yeah.
In an age where they are fucked.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I get it.
With your own ideas and your own plan to self-distribute, your own plan to create the comic before it's even it's not a pre-order, it's not a pre-purchase, it's a pre-order. So it's gonna ship very soon after the campaign close. The comic's done.
Yep.
So all this is outlay in terms of finances, and you've managed to self-distribute. And not only have you managed to successfully self-distribute, I've already had my email saying that my I'm in the UK, of course, that my Bloodruth stuff's on the way.
Yeah.
So I've already had that. I had that a few days ago now.
Yeah.
The only reason why it's not here right now is that FedEx were just like, can you just tell us exactly what's in this parcel and how much each of these goes? So thank Kara, who said, don't worry, I'll take over this. I'll do this for you.
Shout out.
So that's the reason why it isn't in my fucking lap right now. But you can turn things around when it comes to the distribution pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
And then you've got people saying to you, oh, you should listen to our advice. I mean, we're fucked. And our industry's fucked. And we've participated to the fuckness of our industry. But you should listen to us. You're new. We're veterans. You should No, I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'm good. And so yeah, you've proven with a relatively low amount of capital to go into a company immediately, you've managed to not only produce a successful company, a company which is released over 10 books now.
Yeah.
Because we're on ISOM 3, and then we're on the Ira 2, and then we're on the Alpha Core. We've had the Gooding, and we've had the Horseman, and we've had the Bloodruth, and then we've had 2 Ripperzines with a third Ripperzine up.
Yep.
And then we've got then you've got your Rippersen stuff.
Yep.
So
all the art books and
art books, merch, everything, all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All done on a $300,000 outlay.
Yep. That's
now
crazy.
A company which has taken over $10 million in 2 years, not even 3 years, 2 fucking years. And you got people going, nah, you can't be successful unless you fuck things up like we did.
It's quite the trip, man. It is interesting. And look, I've learned in the arts, I learned this in music that, look, not everybody has it all upstairs as far as the business. Everybody type business in the chat right now.
I can't wait for my business t-shirt.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna wear that till it's fucking falling off my body.
But seriously, like it not everybody has that mind. Like, you be creative as all you want. You can have all these best and bright ideas that you believe to be the best and brightest. But executing them is one thing. And I learned a lot along the way. Definitely over the last, I've been doing like music and entertainment independently since I was 16. So learned a lot along the way. And then one of the early things you learn is like, putting your eggs in one basket is you probably shouldn't do that. So I couldn't make sense. And this is, I reached out to a lot of people when I was starting this company, when I was starting Ripperverse. Many of you may not know, I reached out to like a lot of people. Didn't care about your political affiliation. There were like people that leaned on the left that I knew in the comic book industry, people that leaned on the other side that I was talking to, picking their brains. And the way that I approach business is that I look at what the industry standard is, and I don't just do it. What I do is like have people try to explain to me why I should do it, right? Yeah. And if they can't make sense of it to me, right? And it doesn't go well beyond like everybody else is doing it. This is just what people do, which you start to realize that these industry standards are just the thing, and nobody actually knows why, right? It just happened, and maybe it happened decades ago. Maybe this model didn't even make sense then, but it was a model that caught on, and it was comfortable and convenient for people because everybody else was doing it. So over the course of the next 20 years, everybody was just in on it. And then you ask the question like, well, why? Why would I, if I can afford to build this infrastructure, why on earth would I go to I don't know, doing direct market stuff like a Diamond? Oh, well, they have previews and people are, you get your stuff out there. But can I not, like, is that really the newsstand now? No. Do people go there for discovery as much? No. Okay. All right. I can't really make sense of that. So I didn't do it. And I remember coming out and it was a lot of that stuff was being levied at me, even despite the success. It's like, well, really for you to take it to the next level, you got to do X, Y, and Z, because publishers that are even, smaller than you are going through Diamond. And I'm sitting here like, guys, none of that makes sense to me, because what they provide is going to require two other entities to get their cut, the distributor and the retailer, right, to get their cut off a book that I could sell directly to the customer. So instead of using these two middlemen, I can just go directly to the guys that are buying it.
We're dealing with shops that are actually reselling, and so the convenience is the one-stop shop.
Yeah, for sure. One-stop shop and no shipping. Those are the two benefits of that. That's it.
That's not the model that you wanted to go down. You didn't want to go down to the there is an option, there is a portal.
Mm-hmm. And we do have a retailer portal.
But the model was, we're doing this direct.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing it direct, you don't need to fall into their patterns of behavior, because you don't have to fall into that laziness. You don't have to fall into that one-stop shop. That monopoly, which is simply as a comic book shop. Oh, I could just open up the Diamond catalog and go, I
don't have to actually do any work. I know that people get so mad when I talk about this ass, because I am being semi-critical of comic shops. I'm like, guys, y'all got to get to a point where y'all are doing the work, man. Y'all like where you were doing your market research and going out there. And this is what people got mad at me as, because I brought this up when talking about the decline of comic books. I was like, they need to be going out of their way to find out what people are gravitating towards. And just because it's not in a Diamond catalog shouldn't stop them from doing that.
No.
Right? Like that doesn't make sense. But, and you guys will probably feel me on that. There may be some people in the chat that have your local comic shops, if they're still open for that matter. And you will have a lot of them that they would not order it as if it didn't come from Diamond.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't exist.
It's easier for them. And that sort of ease and that comfort has been a huge contributor into where we are now.
Yeah.
Particularly with Diamond's never been exactly.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, they haven't been like the greatest of financial situations for a while now. So that's fair. But yeah, it's that was my case a long time ago, and people got mad because it's like, if that means that you're having to go to instead of one-stop shop, you're having to go to 8 different spots to make sure that you're subscribed, or however your approach is to that line or that comic book, that series, whatever it is. And that's what you got to do. We expect that of every other business. What other business operates where they have one fucking vendor?
But that's just it. Well, what happened when the problems with Diamond arise? DC, Marvel, they immediately get onto different distribution.
They got the fuck out. So immediately.
Yeah,
it didn't even take long.
They didn't want it done.
We're out.
Nice and easy.
And then it's crazy. Yeah, I get it. They control most of the industry as far as like those are the most in demand items. Comic book shops didn't have no issues going to Lunar and Pink and Random House from DC and Marvel, picked up and bounced. But yeah, when you have something like that's a hit, and maybe it's not distributed through Diamond, maybe it's not distributed through whatever. If I'm a comic book shop owner, I'm like, I don't give a fuck where it's coming from. If it's coming from somewhere else, that's where I'm hitting up. Right, I have to supply. I gotta, supply the demand, and not all the demand is going through this one thing. But it did, unfortunately, create this sense of comfort to the entire industry, and you're seeing what happens. Diamond goes under, and as these, it's like flies with these smaller independent publishers. Are they really independent? I mean, that's up for debate. But smaller publishers, let's just say that, because they're all doing the same shit. That's all been the intriguing thing to me. Is like, all right, are we actually independent when like company X, Y, and Z are distributing the same exact way?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are going through the same, to the point to whereas if the distribution company or at least the distribution network goes under, nobody knows what to do. Everybody's trying to figure it out. And it's like, how did that model ever make sense? Yes, there's going to be some disruptions, you'd believe, when there's like a little threat in the supply chain or to the supply chain. You expect that. But for so many like smaller publishers, for them to just be gone, like almost overnight, where it's like we don't know what to do. Like I mean, you saw. I mean, I'm not even 2 weeks after the announcement came from Diamond that some of these publishers were just sending out their memos saying we can't continue on.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently it made all the sense for me to be using that model.
Houses built on sand, dude.
Yeah.
Houses built on sand. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You're responsible for your company. You're responsible for how solid it can be. And if you want to take the easy route, the path of least resistance, and we all know that the path of least resistance is a very attractive proposition. Unfortunately, there can be consequences to that, and with the diamond business, that plenty of consequences to that. But the companies that pivoted the quickest are the companies that are in the least trouble.
It's unfortunate.
It's just bizarre that Diamond couldn't function with competition. You know,
I mean, the minute it was implemented, and that's just in their industry, it just cratered, and it didn't happen long. I mean, that was the whole COVID thing. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah. That
Shout out
white scam.
Shout out Facebook analytics working well. I've seen the Ripperverse ads several times this week. I love that feedback. Absolutely love that feedback. It lets me know that those are working. We really have been investing in. As do you know there were people that apparently, I guess, digital marketing. I don't know what I'm dealing with here, but apparently digital marketing isn't a thing. And there were people that were saying like that were encouraging people not to run like digital marketing ads. Me actually, and by saying encouraging me, I'm saying that they said they didn't work.
Well, you can see the numbers.
That's the thing. I don't think they understand that. I don't think they understand that there's pixels that exist, guys, where you can literally know exactly the return that you get on an ad. Like you can run an ad, you can spend an X amount of money, and you can see how much you're getting. If have developers that know what they're doing, it'll tell you like, okay, this amount of people clicked on this ad, which led to this much in revenue, right? Because the pixel is set up to highlight when they made a purchase, or if you wanted to do something else, maybe it was just view a page or whatever. We generally go off a purchase. And yeah, apparently, let me say this. I have a video that I'm working on, create a business video. I'll be talking about this. Get your digital marketing in order and realize that your little corner of the internet is not the only place that exists. You realize just how small and dwarfed you are, which is actually exciting because that means that you have a big pool of people that you can have become your customers. But yeah, you got to be invested in stuff. And by invested in digital marketing, I don't mean streaming for 9 hours. Like that's not what I'm saying. Like that may can help maybe if that helps you sell books for sure. But there's more efficient ways to get the word out to the people that may be intrigued by your stuff. And I think anybody that's worth salt should be investing in that. You'd be surprised. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, shout out Diamond. All of their stuff is going up for sale basically right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's I wonder. I really am intrigued by how IDW, like they can't still be using Diamond, huh? There's no way.
Dude, I would laugh if they were, because That would be probably the final nail in IDW.
Yeah, true. That would. There's no way. I gotta look it up. I'm just curious because I know we've talked about that. I don't know. Nobody's looking it up. Nobody's asking the right question. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I see the news article back when IDW says IDW becomes a premier publisher. I don't know if that matters anymore, but that was
premier publisher of what?
For Diamond. So
oh wow.
Yeah, so I see this article. It's not dated. So whenever that happened, pretty sure that's not it doesn't matter quite as much anymore. But yeah, look, guys, this is what I recommend. If you are entering into any independent industry, creative industry, do your research. And by do your research, I don't mean just repeat what everybody else does. I mean, I think it's worth actually trying to tailor make your economic model for yourself, what you're capable of, and what you are trying to do. And not always does that mean just doing what everybody else does. I've been very transparent about this with the Ripperverse, that there are certain things that we're able to do that we just can't, that you're not going to be able to replicate. So trying to copy our model to a T may not make the most sense. I've talked about a good friend
to you.
Well, yeah, for sure.
That's your company, and therefore you shouldn't be concerned with what other people look. Let's try and be as vague as possible as I can with this one. You got people trying to tell you how to run a business. They can't even fucking get books out the door in fucking years. Sometimes you know, sometimes you just got to say, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. This is working for the company. This is what works for the company. And the thing is, though, it's all reliant pretty much on yourself. Obviously, there are external factors as regards to printing and stuff like that they're going to be completely out of your hands. But in terms of the marketing, in terms of the promotion, in terms of the talent that you get on board, in terms of the distribution, that's all you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people fucking waggling the dick lickers out there that haven't been able to do jack and shit about anything.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of people that know the industry a lot better than this fucking young whippersnapper that's come in, thinks he knows everything. Well, do you know what? He's kind of doing things a lot better than the vast majority of you ever fucking did. Ever fucking did.
Yeah, it's you got to do what works best
you
for you.
Better, Senator.
You got to do best. That's good. But no, seriously, man, do your research and question some things. And look, if it makes sense for you, do it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm always referring to like what Iconic and they do with the brand of Common America, which has a pretty strong like Japanese audience, right? Even though American company, shout out, those guys are based out here in Tejas, just like us, and they have what almost no independent. It's nothing to sneeze at. The reason I keep giving them props is because I think people are overlooking just how difficult it is what they did there, where they had a property. It's been the other way around for so long, right? Where the East is influenced, very much influencing the West as far as the properties, right? Like there being people adopting mangas and all these Eastern properties. Very rarely do you see it happen the other way around, like what you had with Common America, where they got that to appeal, and it's in their stores out there. As well, but it's like folks are like out in Japan wanting to in a completely different country wanting to license their material, right? So they can store it because they know they can sell it, right? And that's a very difficult thing to do, and especially as an independent company, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's why I always bring that up. But that's a thing that's unique to them. That was something that they were able to do. We haven't. I mean, we sell internationally, but we don't have that type of presence in Japan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's unique to them, and that's props to them. And yeah, like that model they've shown, which is similar in a sense that they do their own thing, right? But it shows that yeah, it works, and it might not be the most like orthodox, I guess. Doug and those guys talk about it all the time, and Tim, Tim talks about it all the time. It's like there's so much advice that I would get for quote unquote comic pros that I just said was fucking retarded, and I just never listened to it. And I think those guys are doing okay for themselves, obviously. But yeah, it's kind of that's got to be your approach. And the reason to bring this all back to the Diamond situation, you don't ever want to be that guy where it's like, okay, yeah, there may be a disruption. That disruption may cause delays. It may cause something, but to completely upend your company simply because one entity said we can't exist anymore, that's a problem.
It's insanity.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, you think about it, the more we talk about it, it's like, why was this a norm? Who thought this was a bright idea? But it was a standard, as everybody did. It was the industry standard.
Yeah, like I said, it's comfortable. It's comfortable and easy. Path of least resistance.
And that sucks. But look, by the way, Ripperverse, where if you are wanting to focus on B to C stuff, and that would be a change, that'll be an adjustment. But helps your bottom line. Don't take my word for anything. Everybody can go ask Jay. I'm not gonna tell. Obviously, that's client confidentiality. I'm not gonna tell you how much you got paid out for this, but you can just ask him, and he'll answer vaguely just how much money that he made off of Achromatic Chronicles Green. He's doing pretty well for himself. Let's just say that. But that's the benefit of that model. Instead of worrying about all these folks in the middle, just say, hey, I want to sell to the person that wants the reader.
Yes.
Directly to the reader. And I do think that's going to be the way of the future, or at least I'm thinking, for comic books. It's just the truth. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, somebody said in the chat, IDW apparently is going through Penguin Random House now. So who is that?
Okay.
I think they have DC. I think that's the one that DC went to, or it might have been Lunar. I can't.
The smartest thing that IDW have done in a while.
Yeah. Which is crazy, but I don't know, man. Looking at what's happening there, they have put a lot of stuff up for sale. I mean, I haven't looked at it. Not to buy it, because I know they have that little toy distribution thing that they were doing there, but all that stuff is up for sale. DC's the one that, all right, so I had it backwards. Gotcha. So DC's the one at Lunar, and Penguin, Marvel's at Penguin. Gotcha. So what's IDW pushing now? They still going with that
Lock and
I haven't
Key?
heard anybody talking about the last Ronin. Sequel thing that they were doing.
Fuck up the sequel massively, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. Is that still going up?
Well, the last Ronin was obviously huge for them.
Oh, last Ronin was mad. I think that single-handedly kept the company afloat.
Yeah.
If last Ronin doesn't happen, IDW is probably cooked. They had that and Lock and Key, but yeah, that shit was massive. Last Ronin was huge. So, but I don't know what they got now. I mean, apparently, I'm not seeing as many people, and that doesn't mean anything, by the way. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. Talking about the sequel little thing that they'll follow up to Last Ronin, as much. But I know that obviously Transformers, Skybound does that.
Skybound doing a fucking phenomenal job.
I think that they still have.
I've always got one fucking handy, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
I wonder what they're doing with so I'm just looking because I'm curious. All right, so they got some stuff
92%,
with
dude. Buy Curious by any chance?
So they have the brands that they have right now are Godzilla, Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh dear God!
Like I said, Lock and Key, Sonic. So they still have Sonic. My Little Pony. Shout out T. Franklin.
Oh, fucking shout out T. Franklin with a degenerate
Star Trek, they have that.
Another thriving franchise right now.
And of course, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which they have to cling on to that for, I mean, absolute dear life.
Dear life, yeah.
I mean, because that's hands down the biggest one of the ones. And I mean, I guess I'd imagine that the Sonic books have to be doing okay with the movie success.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, especially with the movie success. If again, I don't know how they've been marketing that. They should be selling that shit right alongside it. I'm not saying that they're doing that. That just makes sense logically. Like, of course, the books would be doing solid as the movies are doing well, but not all the time. I mean, we've
Marvel
seen
did a great job with that.
That's I was just
didn't you? Marvel did a fucking great job with that. Fucking hell.
I was just about to bring that up. That not every time do they pull that off. So yeah. They still have there's at least a handful of them that you see they can do something with. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're doing this crossover with Naruto with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So that's a big one. Sonic should be good. Lock and Key, I don't know if it's as big as it was, but I know that was a pretty doing decently well. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with Star Trek, if they're seeing any returns on that.
No.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
That annoyed. If you are we talking Dungeons and Dragons as in the Wizards of the Coast Dungeons and Dragons, or are we talking with Dungeons and Dragons as in the Wizards of the Coast, the cartoon characters? You know, the
I don't know what part of the property that they have, but I mean enough to cross over Rick and Morty with Dungeons and Dragons. I chat, y'all don't believe me?
It's not that I don't believe you, it's that I don't want to believe you. Oh. It's a winner, dude.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show that. I'm not even ragging on it. I just wanted to show y'all that was.
Yeah. I think that shows you the state of Dungeons and Dragons in a nutshell.
So take that for whatever way that you may. But man, it's funny, man. I never considered with Ripperverse has opened up so many obviously avenues for us. I want to give a big shout out to Jay. I'm always shouting him out because he was the first one to put that little bug in my ear and say, you should do this. You got the infrastructure, and it was obviously he had to be the first one because he was the one that kind of gave us the idea. But yeah, you have what we're doing obviously with Gabriel and the Guardians. Really excited for that.
Yeah, we're studios, dude.
Yeah, Angel. We're producing. Shout out, Matt Bars in the chat. Shout out. But yeah, like between that and like again, all the other stuff that we have coming down pipeline, unannounced stuff. You guys know Flash's book is up as well. But we have like different kind of little pockets of what we're trying to do with Ripperverse or what we can do. That's capable. You have the general fulfillment stuff. You have like what we're doing, like more of the creator owned, where you're coming to us with the stuff complete. And then you have some of the bigger properties or more invested in properties, like what's happening with Gabriel and the Guardians, where we're actually, we're producers of the manga, right? So we're not as hands off as we were with like AC Green and Blue, where that was all them. We're actually having a role in the actual production of the manga after this prequel, which you can grab right now. Issue 0, chapter 0 is live right now on ripperverse.com. You can get it for just $5. So go check that out. So yeah, it's so many opportunities, man, have come from that. And I want to give a big shout out to Jay. I know I keep shouting him out about it because if only you guys knew. But apparently, as my company's shutting down, where it's over, it's
done.
Cooked. It's
done.
Absolutely cooked.
It's all done. It's all done. It's all done. If you could only go to that business model of one comic every 3 fucking years. If you could only go to that,
that's real success. That's real
success. You should just spend your time online crying about other people infinitely more successful than you. and your company will turn it all around. You'll turn it all around in a heartbeat, dude. In a fucking heartbeat.
Not a bad idea.
You're too fucking stubborn. You're too shit. It's all over. Pack it all up. Let's go home. This is the final stream for Ripping the Silverback.
It's over, guys. It's all over.
It's done. It's cooked. I will bring Delia Smith because it's fucking cooked.
Oh, I wanted to bring this up. I only brought this up because I'm remembering it now. Did you see the reports that your favorite game, Alan Wake,
yeah,
apparently it's profitable now?
Oh, is it?
Well, yeah, let me pull that up. We'll pull it up for. I mean, look, I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying that was what was reported. Let me look this up. Hold on, real quick. I'll get the article. But apparently that's a.
Apparently it's profitable. Who can I pray tell ask who is reporting that it's profitable? The company?
IGN.
Oh, well, okay. So it's complete bollocks then. Yeah. Alan Wake 2 tops 2 million sales and finally starts turning a profit. Right. So they've lost the peak numbers. They've lost the peak price. It's only just turned over 2 million, which makes it profitable. Okay. So yeah, this is clearly a stalwart winner for the company.
Finally.
Yeah.
But yes, it's being reported. This was a couple of weeks ago. I meant to bring this up. It's up from 1.3 copies between October 2023 and March 2024. When they said at what? I didn't remember them saying that. They said when developer Remedy held horror sequel as it. Oh, they're talking about their fastest selling game ever. I got it. Okay. In its last financial report to investors, Remedy said the milestone, coupled with the release of the Lake House expansion in Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition, now means that the game has started to accrue royalties after recouping its development and marketing costs. Which, yeah, I guess worded that way, they're starting to profit. Because they say accrue. Okay.
So I do know exactly what the production costs were.
That I can't quite answer. But they're taking a word for it. I mean, they do have investors. I would hope they're not lying to these investors. It happens though, a lot for sure. They lie to right to your face, for sure. But someone said in the chat at some point it went up for sale for 90% off. Well, yeah, I mean that's obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you're not going to get the same return as you would with a brand new game. Now, what that split ends up being when it's all said and done, not sure.
So what? The game came out a year and a half ago. Winner. I tell you what, that learned me. That learned the job.
Yeah, I had to get your. I don't know why I just thought about that. I was like, wait a minute.
I'm pwned, dude. I'm pwned. Totally pwned. I'm totally pwned that a game that came out a year and a half ago may or may not be making £3.50 in a packet of All Brand right now.
So the only other gaming thing I want to bring up, and I don't know what this means. It couldn't mean anything. I mean, everything's getting delayed these days. But Fable is apparently being delayed to 2026.
Oh, I am so surprised. I am so incredibly surprised. That is
Microsoft has officially delayed its upcoming Fable reboot from its original 2025 release window. The news was accompanied by a brief new pre-alpha gameplay showcase. Okay. Offering fans a glimpse of what to expect. The delay was announced during the latest official Xbox podcast. They said, I just wanted to start with really excited about progress, really excited about where Playground are. We previously announced the date for Fable as 2025, we're actually going to give Fable more time, and it's going to ship in 2026 now. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. It's good. It's good news.
We continue on by saying, while I know that's maybe not the news people want to hear.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm okay.
What I want to assure people of is that it's definitely worth the wait.
Definitely. Absolutely.
I have unequivocal confidence in the Playground team. If you think about the history and legacy of Forza Horizon, the last few games, critically acclaimed, 92 Metacritic award winning, beautiful, great, play great. Okay. And just what they're bringing to Fable as a franchise, just think of the visuals of what you expect of Playground games plus amazing gameplay. British humor, Playground's version, Albion says, so inspired by what's gone before, excuse me, with the franchise, but their take, and quite frankly, the most beautifully realized version of Albion you ever seen. So, it has been delayed. I think that's a general trend that we're starting to see with some of these games. But the Fable
ones that are infected with identity politics. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's only so much you can do. Yeah, you can cut your losses with $100 million, like our friends at WB. Or you could say, look, man, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's get some things done. But even then, it doesn't guarantee you anything. I mean, we saw that with, again, I'm not even saying the movie's bad or good because it's not like I saw it. But with Captain America, that was reshot a billion times. And it just, as far as what and I'm not saying the critics, I'm saying as far as what the fan reaction is saying, it's not anything that's at least getting people enough to be getting people enthusiastic enough to want to go purchase tickets and, really send that movie over the top. So yeah, just because you spend a lot of money to reshoot some stuff or redo some stuff in the case of a video game, maybe going back to the drawing board, it doesn't always equal success.
Well, dude. Okay. We're in an age where these Marvel movies are now literally been written as they're being filmed. We saw that with Ant-Man and Quantumania. They're literally writing on the fly for half of this shit. I don't know why we're in this position anymore. I really don't, considering how great things like the Captain America, the Winter Soldier was, which was phenomenal stuff. It's fucking great. The Avengers movie, fantastic. Civil War, fucking awesome. Even you look back at like Age of Ultron, which was classed as one of the weakest Avenger movies, and that comparative to anything that's come out today, it's a fucking great film comparative to anything that's come out today. That movie was made with the wrong intentions from the very start, because you can't take a failed comic book run.
And again, that's subjective. That he's not saying that just in the sense of, hey, doesn't like Captain American Falcon. By all metrics, it just did not land with the audience. Doing a lot of stuff, to be fair, during that era, and all new, all different did.
Nothing did.
I can't think of one. It wasn't like the Hulkling stuff, the Wiccan stuff wasn't hidden. Like, I'm trying to think of anything that did like decent. Jane Foster's Thor, I mean, maybe did the best, and even that was like very divisive, understandably so, when it happened. So yeah, I mean, I know that's a little bit of a side note, but I can't really think of one that was just like,
she's not Thor. This is just it. Jane Foster isn't Thor because Thor is a person.
It's true.
Thor isn't a mantle, right?
That's
and we
true.
have this whole thing about mantles. In the 90s, one of the biggest threads going around the comic book industry was the fact that you can't just pass the mantle to somebody else. It doesn't work.
It don't work like that. Yeah.
It's a person. It's that original person that actually embodies all the the characteristics that you've come to love. So it's not just about Batman. It's about Bruce Wayne. It's not just about Superman. It's about Clark Kent. They're intrinsically linked, no matter how they themselves try to separate their personas, they are linked together. And just taking part of that mantle and passing it to somebody else does not recreate what that character is. That's why we had our Jean-Paul Valets. That's why we had our Reign of the Supermen. That's why we had our Artemis and not Wonder Woman. That's why they had those whole storylines. Same with All New, All Different. That was something that came in as just like, it wasn't just we are going to pass the mantle on. There was probably a lot of intellectual IP dodginess trying to go on there. If we can get rid of the OGs, then, you know, blah, blah, blah. But it was also an unapologetic, we need to get rid of these white crackers. There's too many crackers, and we need to diversify it. So even the whole All New, All Different came with the wrong intentions.
No.
It was people who completely missed the mark because all they saw was identity politics, and they don't understand it's what, you know, you and me, our favorite character is Batman. Both of us. You're black, I'm fucking white, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, how can we both like to say, why isn't Eric fucking liking something that's more akin to his skin color? Because that's not how it fucking works, dipshits.
Yeah.
It's not how it fucking works. As a kid, I fucking loved Beverly Hills Cop. Fucking loved Axel Foley. Loved Eddie Murphy. I was a massive Eddie Murphy fan. Eddie Murphy don't quite look like me.
Not quite.
In terms of physical appearance. But so I'm not allowed to like Eddie Murphy no more? They don't get it. They don't understand it's the content of the character. Not the fucking mantle. So when you have a failed thing like All New, All Different, and then you try and convert that into Phase 4, which is what they did.
That's exactly what they did. Anybody denying that is retarded. I mean, for lack of a better term. Because you think about what all did you get, ass? America Chavez, Riri Williams, Jane Foster Thor, Kate Bishop, Captain Falcon, American. That was literally that era. That was that era. It was the 2014, 2015, that was that. It was the all different era. All that stuff that was it. That was specifically what they were trying to replicate.
Yeah.
It's not even, you can't even deny it at this point.
And so you have a character who isn't Captain America. You hate Sam Wilson, you hate black people. No, I don't. I like Sam Wilson as the Falcon because that's his character.
Yeah, that's who he is.
That's who he is. That's what that's his own original character, 60 odd years old now, an original black character created back in those days. And now you have these fucking white liberal fucking racists who are just like, excuse me, Mr. Black Man, you can't have your own identity. You must take the identity of a white man because only then will you see legitimacy.
Every time.
So in itself, it's insidious shit. Never mind the fact that the audiences are like, what? Who's this? Why is Falcon calling himself Captain America? He's clearly just Falcon because it was. It's just Falcon in this film.
Falcon in an American patterned suit. That was it.
May or may not use his shield once every 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So in itself, it just wasn't. If they wanted to make a Falcon film, make a Falcon film. Give them 50 million. Make a Falcon film. 50 million's plenty to make a good film.
Shouldn't be on a budget of 400. That's for sure.
So yeah, you're going in with the wrong intentions from the very start. People don't know who the fuck these characters are, nor do they care anymore. The first weekend was not good, and it fell off a fucking cliff during the week as well. And this second weekend, it's just gone 68% drop off. Third biggest drop off in the Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, it just didn't have the legs, man. That's
It's got no legs. It's got no legs. Just like fucking. I'm not going to say something. Probably
T. Franklin or Professor X. Let's do that one. That's
Professor X.
More neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not the audience's fault, right? You could call me a racist or whatever all day fucking long. Am I responsible for fucking plowing $1 billion into this film to make it profitable? I don't think so. Our audience is so fucking retarded They go, hey, look, black people, 'tis black man on screen, ergo must like. Is that exactly how you think the mind of a black person works? Are you that dumb? Particularly when you're investing in the nerd, the sort of geeky nerd fucking Ville. Where this, there's a lot of intelligent people here, all fucking autistic as fucking nerdy as shit. But there's a lot of intelligent people in these things. Do you think you can play in these fucking 1D chess mind games from El Corpo? Hey, look, they look the same. And you saw the comic that they did. You're black as me. I's black. You must likes me because you're black.
That's what they think. That's how they think this shit works.
What the fuck is this?
That's how they think this stuff works, man. It's fucking
if this was 1960s, I could fucking maybe go, okay, I kind of get, I understand a little bit.
No, we're long removed from that.
We're fucking 5 years removed from there. And they want to play those games from back in those days? As if people are running around now. They go, Massa, give me a job, Massa.
That's what they expect you to do.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they expect you to do.
Some scraps, Massa.
Yeah, every time. That's again
America.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll give you this character. You want Iron Man? We'll kill off the real one, and here's Riri. I mean, that stands for retarded, but that's gonna be her name. And we're just gonna. I had an aunt named Riri. I hope she's not watching this right now. But yeah, like I don't get it every time. And they, to be fair, you do have these interesting cats that are online that like to act like, oh, this is the bold and the brave thing.
How they did bold or brave?
I don't know. Just
change. Bold and brave is allowing them to stand on their own 2 fucking feet as the character that they always were.
I'd agree.
That's what's bold and brave, and that's not even fucking bold and brave.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I say this analogy, but there's nothing bold and brave about dipping a white man in chocolate and saying, "Hey, look, it's all different."
Yeah.
Right.
Which is all they do.
Which is all they've ever.
And they use your terminology on this. It's fucking boring every time. It quite literally is. It's because it obviously the characters come off as shallow, and I have even more. I was just talking about this. Was it Monday chat when I was streaming about this, and I was like, I could be doing these videos talking about tokenization and stuff, and the reason I did it, reason I don't, is because I have the company and I'm bored of it, but the company plays a role in it because all of this shit that they said, let's say this, how they justified tokenization, they would always say that, people wouldn't go and support an original black character, right?
Hi, I got a character called Isom for you. You might have heard of him, Eric. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Let me know.
Or
Gary would say, it's the bigotry of low expectations.
Yeah.
When you got these fucking white liberal racists who their only thing that they want to do is, inverted commas, lift up minorities to make themselves feel fucking
it's all self-gratification, for sure.
Complete and utter self-gratification. And therefore they don't think that a black character can exist or thrive without these white liberals lifting him up.
Yep.
That's what they think.
Absolutely nailed it. It's facts.
What about Spawn? Falcon's been around since the fucking 60s, for crying out loud.
He's been around forever, man.
John Stewart, one of the most popular Green Lanterns out there.
Yep. Black Panther, Storm.
Black Panther, yeah.
I mean, it's just, the list just goes on. Unfortunately, the creator of Black Lightning thinks he's a woman now. Shout out Tony Isabella.
Yeah.
Who said Jack Kirby would punch me for some reason. Now he's trans. We talked about that last week. Go watch, was it a week before or whatever? It's one of the weeks we talked about Tony Isabella. Shout out to you. But yeah, it's not. Well, I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but the reason why these characters come off as shallow is for 2 reasons, right?
They are.
Well, number one, they are. That's probably very important. That they are. They come across shallow. But get this. Like, you have the bit of Well, yeah, Ray, you know, to your analogy, dip a white character in chocolate comes out. Maybe you cut their genitals off, and well, here you have it.
Yeah.
Now, please continue to like the character or whatever. But also look, it takes work, man. And they think that when you look at like the characters that people like that have been around for ages that are fair skinned, the Spider-Mans, the you know,
well, they hate Peter Parker. That we've seen that
well,
quite.
that's for sure. But you get what I'm saying. The Batman, Supermans, all these different characters, and you just think about the sheer amount of work that had to get put in to turn those characters into cultural phenomena. What they are hoping to do is just skip all the lines.
Skip the hard work?
Yeah. Trying to like make this thing land with an audience. And they look at it like, well,
you find that in the 40s and the late 30s, that people just turned up and went, oh, look, that guy's white. I'm going to buy that comic.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure that's how it went down.
Yeah, it's exactly how it went down. That was the only way people could relate to it.
The only reason why Batman, Superman, Captain America, fucking et al.
Yeah.
Became in any way famous or beloved.
Just that reason. So they don't want to do the work. And they think that, on the other hand, they think that just because they create an original character, that they're going to get some support. Like, and they're owed it.
Character.
Yeah, like, and it's like, dude, if you try to shoehorn a character, people are they're gonna pick up on that, man. You can't just say, well, character black, please support. It's not how this shit works.
But that's exactly how it is operating.
Well, to them, you're not wrong. But it takes a lot more work than that.
No character to these characters.
No, yeah, that's exactly the point I was making. Like, they're shallow.
There's no reason for us not to like Captain Marvel if she was fucking a likable character.
Right.
But she's not. The way that they write her, she's this fucking aloof, pompous bitch that talks down to everyone, thinks they're so better, that they got no journey, no fucking hero's journey. They got no development. They're great. They've always been great. There's no hardships. There's no, unless the hardship is her fucking lesbian girlfriend doesn't want to fucking date her anymore. That's the fucking hardship that they go through. There's no journey. There's no strife. It's like Rey from Star Wars. There's nothing. They didn't undergo anything.
Right.
So why should we support characters like that? Why? What is meant to make us like and gravitate towards them when they don't exhibit any likable characteristics?
It's fair.
Bruce is Bruce Wayne. Batman, he's been through fucking shitloads. Superman been through fucking shitloads. In Wonder Woman, been through plenty.
Yep.
All these characters, they have their ups, their downs. They exhibit heroism, things that you can look up to and inspire people. But they don't have any of these qualities. The writing is god awful. It's fucking pathetic.
Every time. And like we kind of talked about this at the top of the show. I mean, nobody owes these guys anything.
Don't owe them shit.
If you can't make it happen, you can't make it happen. Look, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We got some super chats to get into. Thank all of you. Held very nicely with the viewers today. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We got Grimstone Jones with the 38 months. Shout out Tim Chang says, where did Gausho learn his great tailoring skills? Well, that perhaps has been a lot of people talking about Cedric or asking about him as of late. And we're entertaining some things. Obviously, you haven't seen the last of them. So let's tell those stories. Apparently this guy's mad at ass. And he's Canadian.
I was just disappointed, father.
But apparently he's Canadian. And I don't think your father's out of Canada, ass.
No.
Man.
No.
Could at least use American money. But he goes on about
British.
50 years old, never had a girlfriend.
Never had a girlfriend. Chat's mum's gonna be really disappointed with that.
90%
all over
of the internet noise was short jacking and the other 10% clap for him saying what Gamergate did or Gamergate said 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your 5. Your Canadian 5. Thank you so much. I don't know if that the 25% tariff applies to that, but thank you so much for that.
Cheers for the money.
Appreciate you. Cali Alpha with a 5 says historically wars have been fought and won over taking away free choice of the people. The power of ideas is unrelenting and irresistible. You're not wrong. You're not
Irresistible.
wrong. Josh Kelsey is always dropping 20 and not saying a damn thing. Gotta respect that.
Yeah, huh?
Graph Webb with a 2 says, fuck sake, cancel Disney Plus. I don't got it. Cole Lee with a 10 said, ripping the silverback into the wild hunting monster. I think that would be a fucking stream. People would get a fucking kick out of that, like ripping the silverback, like gaming edition. Like,
yeah, boy.
I think people have fun with that. We Goku with a 10. I'm looking forward to the first Berserker Kazan and another game called Lost Soul Aside for PS5. I gotta look into those. I haven't heard of those. I'm assuming both of them are coming out the East, huh? There's no way either of those are
yeah, they both kind of got those titles, haven't they?
Yeah. I'm just guessing. Akin with a 2 says, hey ass, leave ramen out of it.
Okay, we'll just stick with antidepressants then. A diet of antidepressants and THC or something.
A bug stuck in Eric July's shoulder here with a 5 Canadian. Things I've seen. He hired a foot sucker because of foot fetish. Every day this world strays further from the Lord, but he will be our way out.
Cheers to cash.
No idea what he's talking about, but thanks for the cash.
You say that. Come on now.
Ivan. Wait, that's not the latest one. We got Kuaku becoming a member for 15 months. Shout out. Celtic with a 5. No Kinkers is drooling for that Wonder Woman.
Kinkers?
Probably meant to say Niggas.
Oh.
I just mixed up the words. I could be totally wrong on that, but that's where I'm going with it.
Is that where your mind goes to, Eric? Man, I didn't know who I was streaming with all this time.
Ivan with a 10 says Wonder Woman cost $100 million before anything was made. Black Myth and Stellar Blade cost so much less than that. Should have outsourced to South Korea or China. What a waste of time. Well, yeah, I mean, they run tighter ships there, and they also, like what Az was saying, this is all the bureaucracy and fake jobs and other stupid shit. They don't have to. Az says it a lot. Like, this is a Western problem that we're dealing with, right? Yeah. It's uniquely Western. The other side doesn't have to deal with that at all, so that's why they're able to make stuff for a lot cheaper. It's not simply because of how much cheaper the labor is. It's like, dude, when you're paying so much money to hire folks that don't do shit, or if the thing that they do is negative, well, you get what you deserve. And sometimes your studio closes down, which is unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
Casey's Creepy Creation says, hi, just showing love. Well, appreciate that 38 months. Shout out. Garfield Bizarre Vigil with a 2. Smoking crack makes books late. Don't smoke it. Yeah, I mean, that I can imagine crack delaying a lot of shit.
That's not diabolical work ethic. Also makes books late.
Fair. Joe Music with a 49 months is Hell the Blood Queen Sydney. The South Sisters. Yes, please do your reviews. I know a lot of y'all are loving Blood Ruth. Look, someone else has got donates me money all the time. So Eric is an innovator who has started printing double page spreads across opposite sides of the page. No one, he's a genius. Well, I don't think I'm a genius at all. I just like to try things, and I'll try a lot of things, and sometimes the things don't work. I mean, or sometimes it doesn't land with certain audience.
Most simple way is the most effective.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the way. 1992 Space Movie with a 10 says, I'm a trucker who has pull loads for both Amazon and Walmart. You would be surprised by how many vendors are used for those businesses to operate. There's like 20 vendors just for cereal.
I'll say this, Eric. I think you made some fucking genius characters.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You think about already how company's only 2 years old, and you've got, you got ISOM, you got Yaira, you got your Alpha Cores already, like they're like firmly established, like boom.
Yeah.
Because Blood is now shipping.
Yeah.
For fucking Sydney. We have a Gooding.
Oh yeah,
Horseman, people have really gravitated
they
to
love Horseman. Yeah, I love an Horseman.
So it's a tough thing to create new characters who might come from different backgrounds, but when those backgrounds aren't the focal point of those characters, and the actual characters is, then it's crazy, huh?
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Imagine.
1990. I just read that. Thank you. Yes, and you're right. Like this goes to the point that I was talking about earlier. It's like I don't know why comic book shops think that I just use one vendor this whole entire time, and I should not do my job anymore. And it's like, well, it doesn't work like that in like any other business. You know, like what are we doing? Kelly Alpha 5 says, I'm seeing some IDW on sale, including digital on Amazon, started for cleansing. I mean, look, we talked about IDW because they're on self-reported like issues. If tomorrow happened and they were like, look, man, we're done, none of us would be surprised. Don't know what Amazon will want, but they have distribution that, yeah, I could see that happening. Could see that happening. Let me see. All right, we got Heretic with a 5 says, are you guys still partnering with Cecil? The site says available on the product page, but doesn't show up on the checkout. If you're American, well, no, you got to spend a certain amount. I forget what the threshold is. I forget what we set it to. Not quite sure, but that may be the problem. I don't know if you're trying to check out with like one thing, but yeah, with Cecil, it requires a certain amount. I think it's 100. I don't know, but it's only available, I think, in US and Canada. We're looking at other options too. The way Blur with a 20 says, so I just finished Young Justice and I wanted both of your opinions because what the fuck happened? The series had a strong start, but these last 2 seasons were so bad to watch. It was arguably the best DC animated series. What happened? I gotta remember what the fuck happened to Young Justice.
I never watched Young Justice.
I for sure did, but I would have to. Not one of those that stuck with me like that. So the way Blur, I wish I could answer that. It happens with some shows, man. It's like just takes a turn. Kyle out with a 2 says Veilguard is now part of PlayStation Plus. Successful.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. News to me.
So I'll have to check that out, see if that's true.
Nick Brown with a 5 says, look at me, I'm the captain now.
Look at me. I'm a Captain America now.
Youper with a 5. Any chance, any comments going on the subscription route? Potentially.
Oh.
El Zoomer says, nothing. But he became a member, though. Luke with a 5. The hypocrisy of leftist comic creators is Omega. When you hear them bash Steve Ditko putting his politics in comics, they deliver commie sermons. Well, they don't belong in the same conversation as that man. So what else can you do? Bennett with a 17 months says that Canadian 5 has the worth of an umbrella in Egypt. Another Canadian 5.
Hey, big love to my Canadian friends out there.
Shout out to the Canadians out there. Shockwaves Lab with a Canadian 5. Hey, Az and Ripper, what are your thoughts on Absolute Batman comic? I couldn't tell you anything about that.
No interest.
They are bringing in Absolute Flash and making Wally West the only Flash. Yeah.
No interest. None.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't even lie to you.
No, never had. I am picking up Hush 2. I'm going to pick up Hush 2. I've already. So I'm going to check that out. But in terms of Absolute Batman, I'm not a great fan of Snyder's work. I used to, I thought he's done some great stuff, but then he just turned into this overwordy fucking gobbledygook crap. And I didn't like a shitload of his stuff through New 52. Just awful. Absolutely awful stuff. So it never appealed to me in the slightest. First issue shipped a ton. Second issue shipped 60% less. And this is shipping as well, right? So these aren't sales. These are shipping. So when your shipping goes down 60% from issue 1 to issue 2, it kind of looks like, again, the first issue was more speculative stuff. And I have not heard a single thing about Absolute Batman past issue 1. I haven't.
Yeah, me either. Nail Driver. No message. Becoming a member. Scooter with a 7 says, keep up the great work. With Ripperverse naturally diverse while focused on having fun and exciting stories. Can't wait to get Blood Ruth. It's on the way.
Yeah, I can't wait for mine to arrive.
DB with a 2 said, how long does it take New CG to release a book? Couldn't tell you. Chris with a 24 million says, or with a
24 million. Holy shit, Chris. We're splitting this week's supers, yeah? Are we split? No. Okay. Come to my channel next week, Chris. Drop another 24 mil there, yeah?
Oh shit. What I meant was
fucking this is it, dude. I can do everything I ever wanted to do now. It's fucking awesome.
What I meant was is Chris 24M with a 2. Mafia Old Country, Blood of Dawn Walker. Can't wait. Another game. I'm sober. Damn. DB says, don't know. I'll tell you when they do. Okay. Let me know. Bruce with a 10 says, with all these releases, the Ripperverse is coming out swinging in 2025. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers. We're up like 800% from last year during this window. So, yeah, I think we're off to a decent start. Halfway.
Closing your doors. Closing the door sale.
Yeah, I know it's over. Everything
must go.
It's good. It's fucking good. Thank y'all, though. All right, I think that's it. What you got this upcoming week?
Friday gonna be streaming Monster Hunter Wilds. We'll have a chat after the show about sorting something for that.
Yeah.
And I'm just about to go off and film some EFAP stuff now for the comedy arc. We're going to be watching a couple of things. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what, so I'm not going to say what. So I'm going to be doing that. Afternoon tea with Az on Sunday. Going to be a super chat square up for Real BBC yesterday because you guys went a little bit insane. Thank you so much for that. And then Sunday Fun Day. And if I can, I don't think I am going to be able to, but maybe something Oscar related, not too sure. Other than that, Real BBC's on Gary's channel this coming Tuesday and Ripley Silverback from my channel next week.
Yep, that is correct. I don't have anything other than in about 2 hours, I'll be back streaming over on Ripperverse's channel with Johnny Young Bosch, as well as creators of Gabriel and the Guardians, as well as James Arnold Taylor. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk Gabriel.
Titus.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I thought it was his voice.
Yeah. So we're going to be having some fun.
God, I bet he loves that.
We're going to have some fun. So I'll be there. And then I am, we got Ice on through, the active. Oh, no, Friday. So I'm streaming Friday too. This is probably the most I've streamed in a fucking eternity. This upcoming week. Friday, we're gonna close out, and I think Chuck's joining us. The Great War of Separation.
Oof.
So yeah, that'll be this Friday. So lots going on. For sure, I will not be streaming as much this like next week because holy shit, I basically am streamed every day. Because think about it. Tuesday night's main event, streamed on Monday, streaming today. I think tomorrow is the only day that I'm not like scheduled for something. And who knows, I might be. I gotta look at my schedule. And then tomorrow, on Friday, I think I might got something lined up other like that morning or something. But for sure, we have the closeout for the Great War of Separation. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week on Az's channel. Appreciate y'all support for everything Ripperverse and Rippersend. But we got to get out of here. A rather longer show because we were late, or I was late. I put it on me. We gotta go. Till next time, y'all be easy. Peace out.
Bye.